Okay then. Okay then. It's working. Right, so the welcome to my 30-second live stream. We're going to get into an hour of deals soon. First, we're going to go into the creative property question. So, the creative property question this week, I think 14th time we've done it, or something like that, is what is the term for the expected value after refurbishing a property? That could be just as a vanilla flip, or it could be um, as an assisted sale. Um, they are the deals that I look at. So it's either IMV initial market value, GRY gross rental yield, GDV gross development value, or CPV complete. I can't even remember it because it's not that one. I think that's made up. It's GDV gross development value. Um, what is the value after your development? And gross means like before for costs really. Uh, yeah. Yeah. So that was a creative property question. Quite a simple one this week. And then yeah, in terms of reviewing the week, well, I haven't had a stream actually for a couple of weeks. So what I wanted to get into is what I did the week before this one, which was I attended something called a Summer of Deals webinar by Property Filter. And Property Filter is something that um, Mark, who's doing my course at the moment on assisted sales and lease options, creative strategies, he uses Property Filter. Or I don't know if he does anymore, but he certainly did. Now we get so many referrals through estate agents that he doesn't need it. But he sort of recommends giving it a try. Um, and so they were, long story short, holding a special webinar to talk about the market right now. A lot of discounts, summer of deals, and that was the last time they were going to have their pricing at £999 for a year of Property Filter. Then it would go to 2.5 grand. They're 2.5 times xing their sort of pricing. And I thought, well, since I'm going to have it anyway, and since I can scrape together that much money, and since it will actually improve cash flow that I'm paying for it on a yearly basis, not paying, £30 for Property Filter a month, shipping away a month. I'll have better cash flow each month. I thought, yeah, yeah, I'll go for it. And the Frenchman was quite persuasive. Guillermo Black, if you've not checked him out already. He's very, very knowledgeable, and I have given Property Filter a go in the past, and I didn't enjoy it, but I think I can make it work this time. So what we're going to do today is transfer opportunities from Property Engine that I have in my pipeline there, potentially if they're good, over to the pipeline in Property Filter. So let's get started. Okay, so this is actually with a price limit. I'll Yeah, I'll go through these first actually because I am most acutely interested in sub 600k at the moment. So these are the properties I'm interested in, and below 600k. So the first one, Byron Road. So this one, um, basically is not selling because that price is too high, and the assisted sale doesn't really even work at 400. So we're kind of playing a waiting game on that one. Um, yeah, playing a waiting game to see if they will reduce the price, and when they do reduce the price and then a few weeks later still it doesn't sell, that's when to go in with the assisted sale offer, because I thought it wasn't selling because of it needs a bit of a refurb, but Mark actually thinks while it does need a bit of a refurb, it's not unlivable. The floors are okay and everything, and he reckons it's actually just not selling because that price is pitched too high. So, so I'm going to leave that one in the pipeline and keep an eye on it. And therefore, yes, I do want to pursue it and put it in my property engine pipeline. So that's this address, and actually property filter, sorry, it gets confusing. Property filter over here, you can you can put in the full address on the search, whereas an engine you only put in the postcode. So I think this is better actually, and it's pulled it up immediately. So I'm gonna click on the details of it, and yeah, put it into my pipeline. Simple as that. If I wanted to take an action, what would that be? Or I can add tags, same as in Property Engine there's labels. It says tags. Um, Viewing some, make some comments if I've called the agent or something. Oh right, and this is the same sort of thing. Nice. Okay. Next one. Because yeah, I'm going to lose this in just under a month, so I'm wanting to transfer. This one I think was failed to sell at online auctions so many times in a row. Is my Work With Me Wednesday this month, and it's not that bad. Yeah, I do want to probably actually send another follow up on it because I was interested at 450. It's just still not selling at auction, so yeah, once again, I'm gonna transfer this one because the GDV looks like somewhere between 550 and 575, but which is not much margin, but you can see there's not a lot to be done with the property. Would you take that out? Yeah, maybe. But apart from that, it looks very straightforward. Was it an A or a B? It's just 15. Well, that's interesting. So this is telling me that there's not an advert for it, but then over here there is an advert for it. Maybe because this is it doesn't for some reason say number 15. Um, but anyway, this is the one with Pattinson's. Also listed on Greenstone Fisher, alright. But yeah, again, had nothing so far. Um, yeah, listen at the same time. Sort of a partnership one. I'm going to put that in the pipeline as well. Oh yeah, just need to change something. Hang on a second. Oh, my laptop battery's just gone. I wonder if that affects the stream. I'm not actually sure. Just gonna link it to the correct stream, and I'm going to just do an Instagram. Hello, we are live on YouTube, analyzing property deals, moving from one software to another. Um, so join me, ask me why on earth I'm doing that, how I think it might help me, and which deals I am moving over, thinking still have juice in them, which deals I don't think do anymore, and why. Oh my God, I didn't know I could do that. Oh, crazy. Moving from one software. Okay, now I need to plug in the laptop. Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. There it is. Yeah, I don't know if that affects the health of the stream. Not sure. 200. Whoa, got some. Shouldn't count followers, should I? Okay. All right. So let's keep going. So we've done. You know what? I should do this. I should when I this. If there's notifications on the property, I'll put notifications on property filter. Basically, because I'm transitioning, let me force myself to transition and learn property filter by literally going, right, I've transferred this one. Now I'm not interested in this one over here. Is there any useful information I've written down? No, actually. And there we are. That's the way to transition. If there is, then I'll just like copy it across. Yeah. So this one, comps 575. Right. So if I transition that over, transition that over here, I do. So where do I do that? I think it's the take action bit. I'll put some comments. So sorry, I just noise of the kettle. So yeah, there's the comps. Yeah, I think that was it. Oh, and like send the follow email. I think I can also write this down in my notes. This one still on the market. Been reduced for a few months. Well, no, 1 month, isn't it? But then reduced for a couple months, then reduced again. Maybe in July they'll reduce it again. It seems like they're not getting a lot of interest still. Maybe because this one's just full of a lot of stuff based on the pictures, which doesn't. You think Connells would be professional, but it's not the case. Yeah. So, now this is it's a bit higher than I want because the GDVs up at like 750, 770. So, do I want to try and get something selling that high in this market? I don't know, but maybe I should watch it in case, like I said, it's reduced again in July. So, yeah, let's copy that address over. And I have done some detailed notes here that I'm also going to copy over. That I've put in Property Engine. I don't want to lose it when I go to Property Filter. So yeah, yes, please. Let's show details. Thank you. Don't know why you have to click on that twice. Sold 2003. Look at that historic data. What's that? What does the red mean? Oh, it was removed. Okay. So the photos are like new photos? I mean, it was trying to be sold for 650. Must feel demoralising to reduce 100 grand and still get no interest. Would love to help. So yeah, this is where we copy over the information, which was that I was gonna make that much money. I mean, yeah, if it does sell it. So yeah. I mean, I need the sort of how much 75k refurb. I think it might be less, honestly, but yeah, I need that money to put in. I don't know. I think it was less when I worked it out. It was like 50 refurb. So it would be well over 100 grand profit, even if that actually only sells for 750 because the market's tough. 730 is still 80 grand profit, so it's just will it sell? Will it even sell? These aren't the questions you can know. Sort of have a gut instinct. I think this market's tough, but Bournemouth, I don't know. Bournemouth, is it an up and coming area? Thameslink helps, I suppose. Right. Oh yeah, and then remove that off the interested. Just in the middle of doing some cooking, so I'll be back. Okay. 23 degrees, isn't that much better? This one is like, this one is apparently a negative equity situation, is it? Oh no, no it's not. Why is this even... This isn't an opportunity then, is it really? It's just not selling because of the market, but it's a nice property. Yeah, I don't need this one in my to transition over to property filter. Okay, I'll get rid of that one. This one's got alerts. I wonder if I can give it alerts in property filter. But yeah, basically it's too much at the moment. But the comparable 650, so yeah, but yeah, if it drops, if it dips, 550 can help it out a little bit, I think. So yeah, so there we go. And let's see if I can do alerts because I quite like the feature on engine. Let's see if filter can do. Is it wait until next change? Notify when a property status or price changes, review or waiting for properties by clicking the clock on the sourcing pipeline page. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll put it on waiting for change. It's a good feature. Doesn't clog up the pipeline because pipeline's things you want to take action on, right? Well, you don't want to take action on this kind of thing. So yeah, it's the same kind of feature with alerts on Property Engine, but yeah, cool. So it's waiting for change. This one is like, I think it's another one where I did analysis on it on my in my notes actually for this one, and it's all right potentially. But I would also put this one on waiting for change. Here it is. I said get 70% return on investment, you'd profit 36 grand. It's alright, isn't it? It's not bad. Do we need to wait for change or do we take action on that one? Do you know, I think that's one where we can take action on because it's gone stale. Really stale. Reduced in May, and so the comp 600k max slightly worries me, but let's get it in there. So 600k max means like 600k might be quite optimistic. I think but in my notes I used 587 and we made 36 grand on it in theory. So yeah, I think I can add this one to my pipeline. And just I'll make sure to transfer these notes across because I've worked out all the costs. I think rate my conversation. Can you bugger off? Is that alright? I'm good though. Yeah. Right, how about now? No way. How about now? Ah, I've opened the message. Yes, there it is. Okay. Show details. Been there since September. Alright, so I'm going to put it in my pipeline. And yeah, sold subject to contract a couple of times. I'll be a bit annoyed having had it agreed at 530 twice. Now to be failing to agree at 500. They probably won't want to reduce their fall, but we could still get them down to 490, 480 with a bit of negotiation, I reckon, a bit of certainty of exchange with delayed completion. Yeah, so it was 587. What's interesting though, I mean, property engine. Oh, oh, that's not what I meant. You know, maybe the comparables will be slightly different when I move over to this laptop is getting extremely hot, even though it's not that extremely hot today. I think it's because I've got this flabby bit of material underneath. Okay, so we've got that. Then it was invest this. Profit this. And this is at asking price. 70% return. So yeah, it's all right. I would say. So I find it bizarre though that due diligence is after organised viewing. I do think that's. Well, yeah, what we do with Mark Shaw is we make an offer. We do some due diligence. We make an offer. If we need to view, we view. But yeah, it's basically we take out that viewing step. Right, so that's added to my pipeline. Yeah, finance tab's interesting, isn't it? That's interesting. Fine, you definitely don't get that on engine. Right, so I've Remove that one. That one's staying. I think I want to inquire on that one, to be honest. What's it called? HA35AT. Oh my gosh. Don't put your nose on camera, Elliot. Wow. It's alright, guys. This is heading to the bin. Arbor Road, right? This is right on the borderline of my kind of 600k ideal figure. And what do we think here? Comparison around 750. It's not a great deal of margin. Wow, they reduced it 50 quid. Absolute bargain. It's not a huge job, is it, actually? But again, it's enough to put a lot of people off. Kitchen, bathroom, probably two bathrooms. I don't know. Oh no, it's only one. Still, it's not to put people off. So, yeah, interesting one. But that's a high price, you know. If the comps are at 750, selling at 750, I hand in that area. I don't know, I'm not feeling that one. Maybe people forget, obviously, that tragic terrorist attack over here recently. Does that affect the desirability of the area? Well, I'd have thought so. What do we think on this one? Should I keep it? I think I'll do the thing where I have it as like, if it reduces again, sign me up. Because it had a sold subject to contracts, and then since April it's just been sat there. Surely they're going to reduce again soon. Let's have a look at the details of this one. Listing on... Oh, hang on a minute. So this one's been removed. Finchley, Winkworth. Ah, they've got sold subject to contract. But the other agent's still marketing it as not sold. That's bizarre, isn't it? Well, we definitely need the whole sort of waiting for change thing. Yeah, because if it comes back on, great. Wembley City Centre. Are you calling Wembley a city? That's a joke. All right. Next one. So yeah, we're not interested anymore. Oh, comps around 7 fell through after 5 months. Yeah, it was in the latter stages, wasn't it? But now that we've got a nice visual of that there, Can I put some comments? If it's not in my pipeline, can I write some comments? Surely. Maybe not. It's alright, I can always look at the comps again. That's a bit weird though, isn't it? Okay, last couple under 600k. And I think we'll stop there because I'm going to Wimbledon tomorrow. I've got to get the dinner done. Got a couple other things to do, and it's going to be an early morning. I'm going to try and join the queue. It's going to be an early morning, so yeah, just finish these under 600k ones, transferring over to property filter. Wild Way, Wembley. Looks like a sort of Welsh wild. Wild Way. Wild Way, Wembley. Does sound like it's in Wales when you say it like that. It's fell through twice, so there's motivation, but I've also said that it's overpriced. So, like, sort of, what's the point in a way? Definitely is overpriced, yeah. What about if you go back in time? Are there any modern? I just can't see any modern comparables, actually. Oh, here's one. 560. That's all that's the most it's looks like that's the most sort of legs it's got in it. Right, they've not done that very well, but that's its ceiling, isn't it? 560 with an extension and everything. So yeah, absolutely it's overpriced. I'm not interested really. But it's fallen through twice. It's just like surely an opportunity. But it would have to go so low, like 450, to be make sense at all. Screw it, I'm doing the wait thing. I like the wait thing. I'm gonna get notifications. It's good. I'm gonna do the wait thing. I've just got to pay attention to these notifications now as well. Wait. We're waiting for changed. Yeah, reduced 367 days ago. It's like, how stubborn do you have to be? Okay. Maybe they're not that motivated in that case, but we shall see. This one's 630k comps, but it's like, this is a big one. Yeah. I don't know if there's structural damage, but I see a lot of damp and things like that. Yeah, anyway, nothing that can't be solved. People do this all the time. Um, Property needs some love. It's interestingly, it's not an auction, but it feels like it should be. Does it look like a quick turnaround property? No. I don't think I will have access to the right team to turn this around quickly at this stage. But then that's what everyone's going to be thinking. You know what? I'm going to transition. I want to like ask my mentor Mark if I should be put off by that level of work. I would probably say it depends. Depends, it depends. But he knows that I'm a complete beginner. Should I be put off by that type of work? Oh, we can't find the advert now. That's strange. That's rather strange. Well. It's maybe not going to transition to that pipeline, but I'm going to call it 113 Rugby Avenue HA03DP. It's going to be Ask Mark Origins works. I don't know. Like, I'm not scared. Not scared of anything. And this one I'm currently, yeah, definitely, I'm interested in this one. I'm in an email negotiation about this one. You know, happy with this one, really. And yeah, I do obviously need to transition it. I've got the figures in front of me here. This one I think is a chain break. I need to ask the agent, and yeah. They're a chain break meaning they've lost the property that they're, oh no, they've lost the sale of their house, meaning they can't buy the house they want to. So I want to help them out, you know. So yeah, let's go. Show details, still available. Sale fell through in 4 weeks. That sucks. Wait, it was sold subject to contract in like for 2 days. It's not very good estate agency, is it? Yeah, so yeah, and this has been on since 2024. I mean, what a joke. So this one needs help. Take an action and write a comment. The GDV is 522,000, being conservative. The investment into the property would be total 40,715. God, this laptop's hot. Do need to stop now, guys. But there are some deductible things. So I'll put in bracket, yeah, because you have to think about the agency fees are deductible. So I'll put in brackets that after the deal, I've only actually put in this much of money that I don't have. I was about to say my own money, but it's really not. And profit at 475 asking was going to be pretty low, to be honest. Not worth taking on a big 12 months project for 12 grand. But if we get them down to 450, the profit is 37, and that's why I'm pursuing it, because that kind of profit, you know, my goal for profit is at least 24.5, because that's 2 grand a month if you split it over 12 months, and I'm happy with that. But anything less, it's not enough. Doesn't excite me. An extra 2 grand a month is fairly exciting. I think an extra 5 grand a month, that's where I think, oh, yeah, now I'm a property investor. So anyway, that's that. And thank you very much for joining me. So I know I've been back and forth with cooking and things like that. Such is life. But excited to move over to a property filter. Um, there we go. No properties below 100k, below interested. I will check through maybe next live stream the ones above 600k, but it's going to be less likely that those are the ones that I'm looking to start off with because I'm not. My mentality is not sourcing now. It's investing myself. Um, I know how to source, so I can source the properties myself, my own thing. But like, if you're listening to this as one of the investors in my group, you know, I don't have the funds for my own project at the moment. So, in the meantime, yeah, I'm going to source the opportunities, and because my first priority is to look for them as investments for myself. I'm not gonna pass on deals that I wouldn't have taken on, had I got the funds or something like that. So yeah, that's actually a positive that I'm looking at it more as an investment for myself first. Hopefully that's a positive for you guys if you want to, if I'm selling a deal to trust that it's going to be one that I put my heart into. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. See you next week. Whether I do a stream next weekend is debatable. I'm seeing my family. It's my birthday weekend next weekend, so I know. Look at this. You went from doing every Sunday to every other Sunday. What an inconsistent YouTuber. But no, it was fair. Birthday time. So it might not be next week. I'll let you know.